Drunk driving is extremely dangerous and poses a serious threat to both the driver and others on the road. Buckle up for a gripping ride as we dive into 4 encounters where drunk drivers got humbled by the cops. On May 14, 2023, officers responded to a call reporting an impaired driver. The individual in question, identified as Christina, is the owner of a black truck. According to the report, she had backed into another vehicle.
I'm fine. I just didn't see this car that's in the center of
Whose car is this?
It's one of my employees. She's coming out.
Hey, what I'm going to need is your driver's license, your registration, and proof of insurance, okay?
Christina admitted to not having any of the required documents, stating that the vehicle belonged to her ex. The officer emphasized that it was still Christina's responsibility to provide registration and insurance information. When asked about the passenger in the vehicle, Christina revealed that he was a friend who had been drinking. The officer requested the friend's ID, but he refused, claiming he wasn't driving.
I really don't have to get my ID.
Yes, sir, you do.
I have to get mine.
Yes, sir, you do.
Someone who's with me. Is that... No, since...
A dispute ensued between Christina and the officer, with Christina expressing disbelief and asserting her knowledge of the law. The officer maintained that he needed the information for the crash report.
I know my laws. I have a PI as a best friend. Private investigator who knows all the laws.
Okay.
And y'all's, too.
Eventually, the passenger provided the ID. The officer processed his information and told him he was good to go. While the first officer was finishing the traffic report, another officer arrived at the scene and checked on the woman.
You good? Ma'am? You good?
The woman was drunk out of her mind and confused. Her friend had left her, and she didn't even know it. She conveyed a sense of disbelief that he was allowed to walk away.
And I'm the sober one. How did they let... He's not sober. I can't believe you don't let him leave.
We didn't let him drive.
After concluding the crash investigation, the officer shifted to a DUI investigation, suspecting that Christina was impaired.
All right, I'm done. I'm done with
I
my...
actually want to give you a hug.
Okay.
Genuinely want to give you a hug.
I'm done with the crash investigation. Now I'm going to move towards a DUI investigation. I believe you're impaired and shouldn't be operating a vehicle. All right, I'm going to ask.
After her refusal to perform sobriety exercises, the officer decided to arrest her. A tense exchange occurred as Christina resisted, expressing frustration. She was arrested and taken to the police station.
You do not know who the fuck I am. And you will find out very quickly who I am.
Christina was charged with DUI and damaged property, to which she pled no contest. The next individual you are about to see was Christina's brother from another mother. On January 3, 2022, an officer conducted a traffic stop on a speeding vehicle. It quickly became apparent that the driver was extremely intoxicated. The officer instructed the driver to turn off the car and place their hands on the steering wheel.
Stop digging around. Put your hands on the steering wheel. Where are you coming from tonight?
Englewood Beach.
Englewood Beach. Do you know the speed limit coming off Englewood Beach?
35.
It's 35.
As the interaction continued, the officer noticed the driver's nervousness and the driver mentioned losing their phone. The officer asked the driver to step out of the vehicle, attempting to reassure them that there was nothing to be nervous about.
Can I turn my car off?
Yeah, please. No, it's already off. You already turned it off. Remember I asked you to turn it off?
Yeah.
All right, we're coming right back here, okay? No, you're good.
The officer knew that the driver is extremely intoxicated. He then proceeded to conduct standardized field sobriety tests. The driver admitted to consuming 6 drinks since 8 p.m. Despite the driver's attempts, the initial test did not go smoothly, leading to some frustration.
Following. Right.
Okay.
Down.
You look straight at me. Is there a reason why you're doing that? Do you not want to participate in this?
I look straight at you.
You're looking straight at me without
I did
following.
not. I followed the...
You did not.
The officer proceeded with additional tests, including the walk and turn and the finger-to-nose test. The driver failed those tests too.
I'm not done yet.
Let me know when you're done.
Okay? My feet are there, right?
The driver's difficulty following instructions and increasing agitation prompted the officer to inform him of an impending arrest for DUI.
Yes, sir.
You're being placed under arrest tonight for DUI.
Don't be so aggressive.
Appreciate your cooperation.
As the situation escalated, the driver became agitated and insisted on retrieving items from the car. The officer informed the driver that their car would be towed and inventory checked. The driver expressed frustration, claimed innocence, and mentioned his girlfriend waiting in Fort Myers.
My goddamn girlfriend, who's an elementary teacher, right home
Where is she?
in Fort Myers at 10th 40, bro!
Despite the driver's attempts to negotiate and plea for understanding, the officer maintained a firm stance. The driver's agitation continued, resulting in physical resistance and additional concerns about their behavior.
Ah! Man, my head!
Ultimately, the driver was charged with DUI and resisting arrest. The worst drunks are those who drink and drive with their kids. Let's see how that goes in the next case. On October 30th, 2022, in Florida, there was a concerning incident involving a reckless driver reported through multiple 911 calls. The driver was observed swerving across double yellow lines and into the grass. Sheriff's deputies quickly responded to the calls and located the vehicle pulled over on the side of the road shortly after. Deputy Leonard, upon making contact with the woman, noticed two young children in the back seat, both appearing to be under the age of 5.
I mean, just shoot me straight. If you're drinking today.
I'm telling you, 100%. Like I just got off.
Deputy Leonard questioned her slow and slurred speech, describing it as lethargic. Despite her assurance that she was not intoxicated, Deputy Leonard became suspicious. He noticed that neither of the children in the back seat had car seats, which is a serious safety violation.
Another thing, I see one kid who's in a seat, but the other one's not in a seat. Actually, it doesn't look like either one of them is in a seat, are they?
The deputy requested the woman's driver's license and decided to conduct a sobriety test to assess her level of impairment. As part of the process, he asked her to step out of the vehicle and perform a field sobriety test. While attempting to conduct the sobriety test, the woman's condition deteriorated, and it became apparent that she was not fit to drive.
Hang out just for a second. What are you doing? You said you wanted to do a field sobriety test, right?
Oh yeah, I was just.
Okay.
She was in no condition to perform the tests.
What's up? I don't have insurance.
The deputy informed her that she would be placed under arrest on suspicion of DUI. The woman, seemingly disoriented, struggled to comply with the deputy's instructions. As Deputy Leonard attempted to handcuff the woman, she displayed difficulty standing and needed assistance.
Do me a favor, place your hands behind your back.
Yeah.
All right, at this time you're being placed under arrest, under suspicion of DUI, okay?
The officers had a hard time arresting her and putting her in the police car. The officers eventually placed her in the car and transported her to jail. She was charged with DUI and child neglect. She refused to provide breath test. She was released on a $3,000 bond. Drunk teens are also amongst the worst drunks ever. Let's see how it goes in the next case. On May 27, 2023, law enforcement officials responded to reports of a drunk driver who had driven onto the beach and into the ocean. The situation unfolds as the deputies engage with the individuals involved.
I'm not sure. I was driving and they kind of stopped us and they said that we almost hit a child. I didn't think that we did. That's what we heard.
The deputies questioned the driver, who claims not to have realized the restrictions on driving in that area. The driver expresses remorse.
I'm so sorry. We were driving from New Smyrna.
I know.
I really.
But where those rocks are and those poles that say no vehicles.
The conversation becomes more serious as the deputies inform the driver that they almost hit a child and highlight the numerous signs prohibiting vehicles beyond a certain point on the beach. The deputies instruct the individuals to remove essential items from the car, cautioning against leaving valuables that might be claimed by the ocean.
So can we take out what we need from the car?
Yeah, give us some people. I wouldn't grab umbrellas or nothing, but if you got like bags or something, grab those.
You need my ID too?
Yes.
Tensions rise as the deputies inform the passenger that the driver will face arrest for driving under the influence and reckless driving. The passenger is encouraged to cooperate and find someone to pick her up, as the driver is left to deal with the legal repercussions.
She's gonna go to jail. Okay? Alright, so you can go with her, or you can stay out and get her out of jail with bond.
The deputy instructs the driver to turn around and places her hands behind her back. The driver, with a mix of fear and resignation, complies with the orders.
Yes, sir. Go ahead and turn up one.
No.
Yes. Sorry.
The driver was ultimately charged with DUI and reckless driving. Before you go, please consider subscribing to the channel. See you in the next video.